Right, let's see if we are live. So again, I think we're going to do a bit of ATS. Got to look more at Washington. I think the sound's on. Reposition my headset because it's feeling a bit weird in my head. And we got to pick up a job if I remember correctly. Right, what have we got? Where are we? In the middle of nowhere, I think. Actually, let's go to the truck. Pull up to where we are and see if there's any jobs there. I could shrink that window a little bit, couldn't I? But, well, we might just leave it there. Okay, what do we got? Hopefully, something that keeps it fairly local. Ooh, no siree, Bob. We'll do that one. Let's go and pick up the job. It's around here somewhere. We're heading down here, to be honest. Oh, we've got a long way to go. I think I might have this headset on a little tight. I'm going to cut off the circulation. That was a little bit too hard in. It's going to be one of these again. Hold on. You don't have to go round and get it, do you? Oh, shoot. What am I backing up onto? I'm backing up onto the wrong side. Oops. And that's because you can't see in VR. Right, let's actually try getting it the right way. I feel like a plum now. Right, where's my fan? It's pointing the wrong direction, that's for sure. It may hit the mic, I do apologise, but it's really warm on this headset today. Okay, that's a little tight in the forehead. Let's slack it off a little bit. Right then. Oops. Should only be a short trip. How much fuel we got? We got a full tank, so we should be okay.
Keep left, then turn left.
Because he said turn left, didn't he? Now he's confusing me. Suggests you can. We'll go this way.
Turn left.
Unless he meant keep left, turn left here. Okie dokie. Past those planes again. Oh man, that headset's really tight on the front of my head. Realized
keep right and
I
then
need to check
right.
one thing. Give me a second. Oop. This is the only problem when you stream this way. You can't check everything in one go. Okay, that should be fine. Whew, it's definitely warm. Definitely warm.
Exit right. Pull up behind the police. Keep left.
Hold on a minute. Oh no, it is up high. There we are. I was just checking a setting because I thought it was off. But it's on. Right, don't forget, chat is open if you are watching. If you want to pop some questions in, you're more than welcome to message. I can see chats, but can be a little bit slow replying now and again. Saves me moving. Thank you. So 1 hour 14. Shouldn't be too long doing this one. It's only a short job, and then hopefully we can get a few interesting runs. Thank you. We can bypass on this one. What is the time? Let's have a look. 23:54. Making some good time. 43 minutes remaining. Looks like that's going to be one of the prominent landmarks that we drive by, because I don't know how many times I've gone past that already. Okay, making it. 307,000. Oh, we've got a bit of cash.
Then exit right.
So look at expanding the empire shortly to get more money coming in.
Exit right. Go straight on.
Oops. Don't hit the parking brake when you're trying to go forward. It's not very good.
Keep left. Then turn left.
So, next left down, and it's a right and a left.
Turn left.
Hey Gareth, how you doing? How you been keeping? Sitting at these goddamn traffic lights yet again. Ah, good, thanks.
Get ready to turn right.
Thought we'd do a bit of ATS today. Not quite sure what we're going to do tomorrow because I don't think multiplayer is going to be back up and running, so
Turn right.
we'll probably do something else tomorrow. It's going to be another day with no multiplayer until they've updated it. I'm not going to be rolling back and forth. Ah, okay, we're going in here then. I was getting confused then. Have you just been working or been up to anything fun?
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
That's in there somewhere. Or are we going through here? Does this train move? I'm guessing it does. There's parked right there. Yeah, do some breakfast. I could do. Haven't done that for a while. Mind you, can I go down that way? Because this looks like it's just parked here. Let's try down the other way, see if that's opened up. Uh-oh. Oh no, we're hooked up on the... Okay, that might be a bit tight. Ha ha! Who knew? Okay, we got it through that time, so where does this go? This works, I think.
When possible, make a U-turn.
Okay. Trying to find a place where we can just swing it round. Uh-oh. Jesus. I'm not paying attention to the trailer today, am I? Twice I've caught the trailer now. I really need to pay attention to the trailer more. One of these that really is slow and sluggish turning. Just don't have to turn it as much, I guess. Right. What jobs do they have by here? Shall we have a look? Might be worth doing. Don't think we've hit that road before. Yep, I think it's going to be that one. That should take us onto a new road. go pick us up. I still think the lighting at night time is done wrong when they do the lit up areas like this. The cab just gets too bright. This way, I think. It would probably be easier to get out this way. Ooh, that was close. Whoa, we just come straight out. 4 hours 33, 217. I don't feel like I'm on the right button. There we are. I think that's going to put me sitting centrally again. I think. So what have we got? 216 on the old tank. We should be fine. Trying to keep up. It ain't working.
Keep left, then turn left. Turn left.
Not quite sure how I'm supposed to see that light, so I'm just going to go through it. Speed limit 60. Keep an eye on that one.
Exit right.
125. Might arrive with a bit of daylight anyway. Be a miracle if we do. See if we can make
Right.
a little time.
Then exit right.
Not if we've got to keep exiting all the time, that.
Exit right. Turn left.
Whoa. My bad. It doesn't want to go. Come on. He's going that way. Ah! And there's me trying to take in the scenery. Oops. Still don't think this thing is looking straight on. That's a bit better. Unfortunately, it's nighttime again, so we're not going to get to see too much until we drive another, what, 3 hours maybe? Gotta admit, whenever I play this game, it seems to be nighttime. It's a shame you can't just extend the daytime cycle a little bit. mood for it. Especially doing 50, doing 30. Starting to get a little lighter at least. This would be a nice looking road when you can see it. Power station, I guess. Okily dokily. Oh, looks like we're going to get rid of one. What is he slowing down for? Come on. Nope. Gutted. He's gonna get the run of me. achievement progress anyway, so another achievement, which is nice. So what are the times? Right, that went quick. Another 50 minutes. What's the old damage on? Uh-oh. That'll be the wrong button. 2%.
Straight on.
Yes, I was peeking outside the headset just to make sure everything was okay. Wasn't a good idea. Wasn't a good idea at all. That destination's in sight. It's getting warm, yeah. Seriously? Gonna go all the way around? Okie dokie.
Get ready to turn left.
Scare them.
Turn left.
I guess it's the official entrance. Ah, man, that's a shaky road. Blah, 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 blah. Shake it, shake it, shake it. My God, that wheel's shaking so much. Right, where we put this thing? I have no idea. I think it's over there.
You've arrived at your destination.
Okay. That tree's a little bit harder than expected. Oh, see, now if we came from the other way, it would have been straight in, but no. Don't know if I'm having enough on this one, but we'll give it a go. Come on. I'm not gonna rush it. Take your time. There's plenty of time. Good little angle on it. See, there was another trailer there, so we need to make it a bit sharper. And that should give us room. Fussy today. I'm going to try and make them neat and tidy. Because why the hell not? And we're in. Pretty much bang on the money. Hey, hiccups. What have we got from here? Nope. Hell no. You're not doing those. Looks like we might be on a little drive. Look at that one, 101. Holy crap. What have we got? Need to go up here, get into the corners. I've got no jobs that are going that way. Sucks. Maybe we have to go out. Get the good jobs. Ooh, that could do. We haven't gone that way. But I gotta pick it up from there? Oh my god. Sucks. Well, that will do. Don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Done part of that. Yeah, let's do that one. Done some of it. I want to see where that goes. Oh boy, that's a shaky wheel. Alright, so there's two ways of coming into this place now. Going over the bumps in VR is way better than on triple screens, I'll tell you that much. Right, 34-minute trip. Let's see if we can get there right quick. thought we were going straight on. Right, and itchy nose. What's there? Really?
When possible, make a U-turn.
Make a U-turn. I think my shifter's getting a bit loose. So we should have gone out the other way. Definitely busy around here. You can see the frames dropping slightly. Miles, 4 hours, we should be fine.
Keep right.
What do you know? It's gotta rain again. Have a little shower. suppose. I'm so busy looking at whatever that was in the field.
Keep right, then exit right. Exit right.
I tell you what, keeping in a straight line in VR is harder than it looks. You do it all day in real life in a car, you know. I think it's because of the peripheral vision. You've got way more, so when you glance left or right, you're using your peripheral vision more, but because you're wearing blinkers, it may as well be in essence, so. Doesn't quite work the same, you know.
Keep left. Keep right, then exit right. Exit right.
Exit the right. Uh-oh. Oh, went too fast, Jesus. Oops, 2. Thought we were going to hit every single one then.
Keep left. Keep left.
Oh, come on, that's 2 in a row.
Reroute.
That's the wrong button. 1 hour 52, 96 miles. We still got over half a tank, so when we get there, fill up as well. big service stop over there, but that's it. A rest stop, repair, fuel, bit of everything. So this area leads to more open landscapes. Chat is so quiet today. Who knew? That's not marked on the road, is it?
Keep left.
You get on that road over there then. It's not even marked on the map. In front. We're heading down there somewhere.
Turn left.
Destination, and we're what, reversing there? That'll do. We are in. Seriously? No. Do that one. Really, to the same place? I think we've been up to that one. Travel across the border. Could do that one. It's right over the opposite side. And then all the silly ones start coming in. I'm thinking we might restart the game because I don't think it's running as it should. Give me a second while I just have a look at some information. Come on. There it is. Right, and I'm going to restart the game because it'll help with the frame by the looks of it. It's a great thing to do when it's not on your head. Launch in VR. Headset back on. Right, where did we have it? There, I think it was. Let's have a look at that one. Nope. Maybe that one. Yeah, I think it was that one. Okay, 1 ton. Let's see if it lets me turn all the graphics up though. Where are we picking up from? Let's have a look. Round the corner.
Turn left. Turn left. Keep left, then exit left. Exit left.
check on that one. Oh. That's not going to work right. Options, graphics. I gotta toggle this or it doesn't work properly. Okay, where are the wheels on that thing? Oh yeah, I gotta fix the wheels on my truck as well. One of these is the power button. There it is. Uh-oh. We stopped early. I'll do it again. Right, fill her up. Come on. That's the only problem when you can't see the blimmin' buttons. Oh, where's the wheel? Go straight on. Yes, indeed.
Go straight on. Keep left, then turn left. Turn left.
Which was the differential? I can't see. What is that one? Press it once, see if it gives us an error.
Turn left. You have arrived at your destination.
Okay, take job. Assuming we can go this way. I guess we're about to find out.
Turn right, then turn right. Turn right. Get ready to turn right. Turn right. Go straight on. Go straight on.
Options, graphics. Where is... Okay. I think I'll be forever tweaking this game to try and get it to improve the performance.
Keep right, then turn right. Turn right. Keep left.
Keep left. So this should be a fairly long job, I think. 8 hours, 461. Put it on old cruise control. I tell you what, there's plenty of fuel stops around here. We're not going to run out of fuel anytime soon.
Keep left.
Headset feels like it's falling off now. Can't win. Mazda 6. From about 2002 to 2007. I have no idea. What's that, Chrysler? Fuel-wise, we should be fine. Good timing. Just checking the stream. Audio is still on. Have a habit of knocking that off when I'm in this game. Looks like you get a little vantage point, so we might as well come up and have a look. Well, there's a little bit of shimmer on that. But I can't fix that even with shadows at max. Wonder what causes that. Otherwise, distance is quite good. A little bit of pop in. Ice cream. I could probably go with one of them right now. Look at the speed of him. Holy crap. without the sign, we'll pay attention. Time. Lying round. Hey DJ, how you doing? Down here. And I got a pull in. Well, you know, you can't be full of beans every day. I'm doing good, thanks. I was having a chilled moment playing my game. My ass dead today, but hey, it's the way it is sometimes. No one wants to come in and talk, so then I don't even know if anybody was there watching, so... But I just get involved and wrapped up my game, so it's not the end of the world. I've done a couple of jobs already. Taking this long one over to the other side. I say long jobs, in about 8 hours. Probably halfway through it already. Yeah, 4 hours 48. Won't be much longer now. Taking in some of the scenery's quite nice over this way. So where are we on the map? Not a clue. Where's the button? As we fumble around in the dark. Oh, there we are then. Right smack bang in the middle. Oh, hiccups. The Washington, I'm enjoying it. A lot more varied scenery with Washington. I think I've been down this road before. It's a nice road. Yeah, I like this road. Really nice to drive on. Especially when you go up to the edge in VR and look over. It's like, ooh, yeah. Oh, ETS has got some of its scenic places as well. The coastal drives in ETS I enjoy quite a lot. Anywhere where there's a coastal run, they've done rather well. But I think they're starting to bring some nicer stuff into ATS now, which is nice. It was missing and lacking some of that. And the detail they put down in there looks really nice.
Right,
Turn right. Hey ho.
turn right. Keep left.
Uh-oh. Try and squeeze ahead. Oh, that was close. Center. It's looking good.
Keep left. Keep right, and then exit right.
This is going to be close. Slam on the anchors. Bypass that one. Good. Get sick of those things.
Keep left.
Supposed to be doing a 60. Jesus, we're going past this again. Oh yeah, we're heading back out. Except a different direction. Yeah, but cruise back on. What time we got? 3 hours something? 2 hours 51, 3 hours.
Keep left.
I think my wheel is a little bit too far away.
Keep left.
I think I need to be... I suppose I could adjust the back of the chair. I would, but it's not coming forward. That's not good. There's a corner.
Keep right, and then exit right.
gonna work. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oof. It's a little better, but I think I'm sitting up a little bit too high. Oh, chairs. I'm still not convinced.
Keep right, then exit right.
Keep right, exit right.
Exit right.
Hey, Super, how you doing? Well, I can see chat. It's pretty quiet today for me, so anybody who types in chat I see straight away. Usually if it's busy, it's hard to kind of drive and keep a tab, you know? Have you been enjoying it? I think it's really good. Definitely recommend it to anybody. It's probably one of the better ones for ATS. Trouble. Don't think anybody's coming. Gotta go, go, go. I think everybody out there wants to be playing 5M. I don't see any attraction in that game whatsoever. But then again, I've never been a big roleplay kind of person anyway, so... I mean, I live in the UK. If I want to get real life, I'll just go out there. Okay, I can't go around with guns and whatever, but yeah.
Go straight on.
You watch some streams out there, there's a few people who play it, and they're funny, but, you know, it's supposed to be real, you know, real British life and all this stuff, and it's like, couldn't be further from the truth. Yeah, but that's just it, see? There's always one who wants to put their foot in and mess things up, so... This is like a mini coastal type road. I wouldn't say it's the coast, I don't know what it is, a lake or something? Gonna have it then. How far have we got? 39 minutes for this one. I haven't done anything fancy. There's no special settings, as far as I'm aware anyway. Lots going on around this section there. Remember that what you see on the screen isn't going to be a true representation of what I see in front of me. That's one thing you got to remember whenever you watch a VR stream of any sort. If you're just watching the screen, so to speak, it'll always look sharper. Oops, that was my bad. It'll always look sharper than what you'll see in the headset, unless of course you've got a really good headset. This is why if you want to view what's coming out of a headset and have a rough idea, look at the through the lens videos. Yeah. So I'd say that again to anybody who's planning on buying VR. You know, like my stream now, where you just got the one screen in front of you. It's not going to be a true representation of what I physically see. You know, this is trying to play back in two panels, 90 hertz. What you're seeing as a single screen, 60 hertz. So it's going to look smoother playback. You know, the resolution is going to look better. Just trying to read the tires. Have you tried any other games, or? Even if you're just try some shooting games. Some really good basic shooting games that are really quite good. Take care, Super. Have a good one. You have arrived at the destination. Yeah, you have to... Yeah, you know, anything in the distance will look bad because, you know, you've got such a small object trying to be drawn. And it's not exactly a high enough resolution screen to be able to do it justice. So they do look like little blobs. I get the same in this. Especially when I look at the rear lights of trucks. They just like a couple of pixels, you know? It's like, oh, is that it? But it's one of the drawbacks, but it's one of the things you put up with. Yeah, I probably wouldn't recommend anybody get VR for something like ATS or ETS. I only play it because I've got it. One of the ones that's quite a good wow factor. You could always try a flight sim if you've got one, or something like Elite Dangerous. Very good in VR. You know, yeah, again, the lower quality doesn't do it justice, but it's how it looks in VR and how it brings you more into the game. That's what you're going for. Go for, maybe try some of the VR demos and experiences so you can kind of have the ooh-ah factor, you know? I mean, whilst you've got the head unit, I would literally try anything and everything. All the free stuff, download it, all the tech demos. Just have a bit of fun before you do get rid of it, if you do decide to get rid of it. At least then you can say, yeah, I've tried it. It's not for me right now, and... Because the more you try now, the better for you, because you'll have a better understanding of what you do want from that kind of experience. So clearly it's better graphics, so You know, if you're after the best for graphics now is going to be HP Reverb or a Pimax. You know, so you're looking at spending £600 to £1,000 pretty much. That's quite the expense. Oh, look at that one right over the other side. Don't want to do that. Oh, that's a good one. Might do that. I think. Oh. Do that one, I guess. Let's do a special delivery. Oh god, this in VR sucks. Look at that. Ugh, I'm gonna be sick. Yeah, that's where the Rift S is better, because of the inside-out tracking, which is one of the reasons why I was looking at the Rift S. But again, that's where the HP Reverb comes in, because again, it uses inside-out tracking. And this is where I think the headsets need to go. You know, rather than having base stations set up and configure this, configure that, because, you know, I got two PCs, I want to be able to swap between the two. If I do it with the existing Vive, I've got to take the head unit, power cables, the satellites, you know, the sensors. I've got to mount them then in the other room. I've got to then go through the configuration just to get it to work. It's not something where I can just unplug, take it upstairs, plug it in, and off you go. However, with the Rift S, for the couple of days I had it, take it upstairs, plug it in, it wouldn't work, mess around with it, you know, it started working, bring it downstairs, plugged it in, it worked. But again, you know, there was still a few bugs and I wasn't happy to put up with the bugs. If that headset was working fine, no bugs, no problems, it's 10 times easier to set up than an Oculus Rift or a Vive or anything where you've got external sensors, you know. So I know the Reverb has a similar setup. Again, you plug it in and off you go. Tempted by the Reverb, but I'm still waiting to get more reviews, and I want to see what the Valve Index is like. And who knows, by the time I'm ready to purchase, let's say that's going to be November time, Black Friday's out, knock £100 off, you know, pick it up for 400 instead of 500 and something, even better. Well, yeah, there is that. I mean, obviously you go into the games and you've got to, you know, switch profile or set the headset up. But it's one of the reasons why I've left ATS for VR only, because that way then I can swap between the games without having to worry about sorting out the resolutions. However, if VR was good enough, I may be prepared to take that next step. So certain games I might say, right, this game I want to do VR only. So then I don't have to worry about it. It's plugged in, I start the game, I start it in VR, off I go. And I think that's what it is. Right, where are we going? Out over there, is it? This is going to be a good start. I think I've screwed this up already. Well, it's all a race at the moment, isn't it? We're, you know, the headsets are getting better, which is great, but then the headsets that are getting better need the PCs to get better. So, you know, to really get the best out of VR now, you really do need something like a 2080 Ti, and, you know, not everybody's got £1,000 to pump into a graphics card, £1,000 to plug into a head unit, you know, HMD. It's very expensive. And for those who are willing to chase their goal, it's gonna be an expensive time until
Go straight on.
You know, they've literally got something like a 1440p monitor sitting in front of them. On their head, I should say. And we'll get there one day. I don't know if we'll be doing it with LCD panels though, it might be something new altogether, but... Well, I made the jump to triples without experiencing it, but I would recommend triples for anybody, and especially if you don't get on with VR. If you're not happy with the state of VR as it is, and you're not splashing out, you know, you're not buying an expensive HMD, then absolutely go triples. And again, it's got its own problem. Not all games are compatible with triple screen. So, you know, like Dirt Rally, you'll get stretching. But there are quite a few games that do support triples, you know. Project Cars does, Sega Corsa does, ETS, ATS does, Race Room. Just needs manufacturers, game developers like Cough Cough, Codemasters, to see that, you know what, they could be doing games in triple and, you know, having full support for multi-monitor support or single monitor support, and give people the choice. I'm sure it doesn't take that much to change their coding to sort it out. Just disappointing that more game developers don't give the people who play the games the option on how to play them, you know. If you can do VR in a game, I'm sure you can do triple screen. So to do single screen and develop a VR patch, you know, unless it's like a Assetto Corsa Competition, which they've stated that, you know, the game engine doesn't support or doesn't allow them to do that. I still find it strange if you can do VR but you can't do triples, but hey, at least they've stated it's difficult for them. Maybe it's the same for Codemasters, but, you know, I've never been one for being forthcoming with the information, I guess. Well, how cheap is cheap? Play seats wouldn't be something I would recommend, but again, it comes down to budget. Yeah, £100, not bad. It's got to be limited though, the play seat. Remember, it'll have a bar in between your legs, which I've never liked the idea of. But again, see, if you're spending, you said, okay, what's the difference between a play seat and something like a SimLabs GT seat? Without a seat, you're looking at 370 quid, and then you've got to factor in a seat on top, so you're going to be spending 400 plus before you know it. So it's quite an expense compared to something that's going to set you back, you know, 100 quid. Your other option then is, okay, what about if you build your own? Have you ever looked into the PVC rigs? PVC tubing rigs, or just make a wooden rig? Depends on how handy you are. If you're a handyman and you don't mind building stuff, it's always an option for you. I've seen people do it out of pallets and stuff. Didn't realise we were doing this one in the middle of the night, so 2 hours. Ugh, we'll be delivering it in the middle of the night by the looks of it. Well, you know, wooden can be sturdy, just depends on how good you are at building it. I'm sure there's designs out there. Yeah, that's the thing, see, if you want something that's like, oh, okay, that looks good, unless you're a dab hand at woodwork, then yeah, it may not look like that once you're done. That's the thing, see, would a play seat then be the best option if you're going for a high quality equipment later on? You know, it may be a good place to start, but then who's to say in 6 months' time you're not thinking, oh, I wish I bought a better rig. You know, I jumped in and purchased a cheap rig, 300 quid off eBay, and then within a year I was like, nope, I want a better rig. And that's when I went to the 8020, built my own, you know. Yeah, you've got to remember Alcantara wears. So over time, you know, unless you're really looking after it, covering it and cleaning it down, it will wear. And remember, play seats, you know, they're not designed from the best quality. So it's not like Alcantara that you get in the car, which would be harder wearing because, you know, Alcantara steering wheel's got to last a long while. But when you buy a budget stuff, it's just not made to the same quality, you know. But, you know, it's only 100 quid, so at the end of the day, you are taking that and you're understanding that. You just got to weigh up what's best for you. I mean, you know, I'm certainly not going to say no, don't buy it. It's no good. It'll be usable. Just how long you use it for before you think, ooh, I fancy upgrading. I know that if knowing what I know now about my rig, and if I was talking to myself and guiding myself, I would literally say the one thing that I shouldn't have bothered with was the cheap rig. I should have just saved my money, spent a little bit extra, and got the rig I wanted. Because what you'll tend to find is with the more basic rigs, they don't have the flexibility. Then really, I would say if there's a rig that you really do fancy, let's say for argument's sake it's a P1, yeah? You know, you're talking 600-700 quid. Rather than buying something now and then buying something later on and just wasting that bit of cash, just save, get the rig you're after. You know, so if you're thinking of, say, the GT series from SimLabs, then again, save up from that, get a seat. Do the same as me. You don't have to splash out and get a really expensive £300-400 seat. You can just do, you know, second-hand car seat. Make your own brackets, job done. We all need more money, mate. Definitely need more money. Time to win the lottery, that's what it is. As it happens, I did win the lottery, but yeah, £4.37 or something it was. It was like, ooh, yeah, that could have done with a few more zeros in the end. That's difficult, you know. If you start saving, then, you know, things become boring because you can't do what you used to do. Hey, wait until you get kids. It gets even worse. Especially when they get to the age of 10 and don't understand the value of money and, oh, God. Can I have that, Dad? Can I have this, Dad? Come on, Dad. Ew, blimey. Must be bang on the money. No, just over. What are we? This is supposed to be a limit of 40, but doing 30. It sucks. 42 minutes, 26 miles. Never say never. They keep you busy as well. Especially the Spaniels, they're not exactly short of energy at the end of the day. My God, I can't even talk now. What is that? Who knows? It's too dark. Flashy, flashy. Doot, 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 doot. I gotta admit, he's not too bad when it comes to stuff, you know. He doesn't ask for all the gadgets under the sun. He's one of the kids who doesn't really care about, you know, the badge in his clothes. Doesn't have to have the same as all his friends, so kind of lucky in that respect. Plenty of kids out there that, you know, they've got to have the latest range of clothing or the same as, you know, the popular kids or whatever. Luckily enough, he's not like that. So I can't complain, to be honest. There's another one. 10 of 16.
Keep right, then turn right.
Oh, I swear I've been lucky when it comes to
Turn right.
having a child. It's oh God, he's going straight through. Okay, watch the back end. Ooh, it's gonna be tight. We did it. You know, it's since he was born, it's been easy. It's hasn't been like restless nights or anything. It's pretty much slept all the way through and goes to bed, does as he's told the majority of the time. Like most kids, you know, they get cheekier the older they get, but I suppose I've been good in a way and put my foot down and he's understood it, so it's not been a problem. Right, how are we getting on? We're nearly there. Hopefully it's just drive straight in and there's no stupid messing around. Come on, out of the way. Guessing it's down over there somewhere.
You've arrived at your destination.
You have arrived. Yeehaw! Right, how do we do this? Can we swing it up wide and bring it in? Well, we're going to give it a go. because I need that to follow me in. I'll take it a bit further over. Not going to go in, is it? You git. Oh no. This is going to be a pain in the butt. I hate these trucks. I want to straighten it up, but it won't straighten up. Overcompensating, it's going to be nasty. That's definitely gone. Where's it going? Yeah, have you tried reversing these damn things? I, for the life of me, can't do these ones. Reversing, they are just so bad. Right, hold on. Come on, follow in, follow in, follow in, follow in, follow in. There we go. That's there we go. Whew. That's all I needed. 3 of 11. Oh my god, there's a few of those to do. Man, you know what? If I had a job to do that in real life, I'd be like, nah, find someone else. I'm not doing that because I'll get stuck in the middle of the road somewhere. Have a quick look, see what's around. Maybe we might do that one as a short job. 2. Seattle, it's back the same way. Quick scan. Yeah, let's do that one. Okay, fuel tank's good. I suppose I could have gone around the block, but Oof. It's hard to say, it's been a long while since I've used something like a G29. It's the biggest difference I found with the G29 was, first of all, was the noise. Going from a G29 to something like a Thrustmaster wheel, it was like, wow, this is so much quieter. The definition was better as well, obviously. But then they're all significant upgrades, really. That you're going from what I would class as a £200 wheel to a, well, what technically is a £500 wheel.
Turn right.
And if you didn't notice a different spin in that, then there's clearly something wrong. But you know, yeah,
Arrive at your destination.
the extra power was there. You could feel it. There was more in terms of the fine detail. One of the biggest differences going from the G29 was just the noise. It was just like, oh my god, I don't have to put up with that terrible racket all the time when you go hard left, hard right. I wouldn't say it's loads of feeling. That's the thing, see, it's just the fine detail that you gain from going from a better wheel. But it's still surprising. You've got to remember there are people out there with a G29 who do races and can win races up against people with really expensive gear. You know, so it's good enough to be able to drive around. You know, you're gonna have to forgive me as well. I'm going off memory, so my memory's not the best. Ah, crikey. When you think about it, I've had this now for over... Probably had this for... I'm trying to think, when did I buy this? Probably about 8 months ago now, if not more.
Turn left.
And before then I had the Thrustmaster wheel, that was a good 6-7 months. Hey, that's going to be close. That's close, but then... And then I had a G29 before then, but then it wasn't a straight jump. I think I sold it and was without a wheel for a period. All I know is that every time I've upgraded, the wheel I purchased has always put a smile on my face. So it wasn't, oh, I've done this, I wish I hadn't bought this. It's always been, yeah, you know, you can feel a difference. There's something like a G29, you can feel the cogging as you move in the wheel. It's not smooth, it's noisy, you know, it rattles when the cogging and everything is under stress from the force feedback, and it's not the most powerful force feedback, and obviously the more you try to get more out of it, the more noise it makes, because it just can't deliver what you want. So really, at that stage when you're starting to ask too much from it, you should be asking yourself, right, now is probably the time for me to upgrade and get a wheel with a better motor, more power. And at that point you're looking at a belt drive, and a belt drive is going to be much quieter. And then you get to something like this, a direct drive, and it's even quieter again. It's like, wow. And then this thing just lets you feel every little bump. You know, they've made a new version of this wheel, and people say that wheel gives you more yet again, but I'm like, I don't think it's going to be a night and day difference. Would I like to have one? Absolutely. Am I going to be spending £1,000 to get one anytime soon? Probably not. You know, if it was there on the table and I certainly had the spare cash, I probably would upgrade, but I'm in no rush. But then, if I did upgrade, I'd have a SimiCube 1 for sale. And it's probably going to be cheaper than, you know, splashing. Well, how much is a Fanatec 2.5 these days? I have no idea. Yeah, the G29, if you can pick up a G29 for, say, 150 quid, I would say 179 tops, 150 quid. If you're lucky enough to pick it up for 130 quid like I did, then, yeah, just grab it. You know, it's a great wheel for anything under 179 quid. If you're spending £200 plus on it, then I would say look at other wheels, there's better wheels out there.
Keep left.
Purchase history for what? Well, I remember when I bought mine, it was a while ago. Back when I was buying mine, Currys was selling the 3 like that for 130 quid. But then they stopped. And I haven't seen them back down to that price in a long time. 150 quid I've seen them for. But then you've got to be purchasing around Black Friday. I think when I bought mine it was a Black Friday event.
Keep left.
Yep, good time to buy sim gear. There's always around Black Friday. There's really some good deals on sometimes. Fanatec always do a Black Friday event. And a lot of stores like Currys and things like that in the UK will do, obviously, Black Friday. And Logitech is one of the few things that seems to appear quite often on it. Oh my god, hiccups. It's all about the market, isn't it? The way they probably see it is the market share for high-grade wheels is probably small. However, considering that sim driving seems to be getting bigger and bigger and esports events are coming into play, who knows, perhaps they will bring something to the table. Seems to be a big market opening up for it. You know, Thrustmaster and Fanatec seem to be the only ones really fighting for it. Whether SimiCube are going to try and do the same, whether Logitech think, you know, we'll have a bit of that. Who knows? I'm kind of disappointed with Thrustmaster. If they sorted out, you know, made their designs much nicer and actually worked as hard as what Fanatec seem to do in developing new designs and what have you, then we'd have a real competitor. But unfortunately, Fanatec seems to be the best in terms of a well-rounded product lineup. May not be overly the best. You could kind of argue that point when you compare it to the likes of SimiCube. You know, there's always going to be some who will like SimiCube, and there'll always be some that prefer Fanatec. But when you take direct drive out of the equation, really, then you're looking at Fanatec and Thrustmaster. So Fanatec, they got their toes dipped in the normal and the DD. Uh-oh, I missed my turn because I was reading. Shit. How far off have I gone? Oh, that's not too bad, I think. 1 hour, is it? 57 miles.
Keep right.
Yeah, well, it depends on what they want to do at the end of the day. Logitech just need to redesign. I mean, the gearing system on there now has been there for a while. It was kind of like the same in the G27 to the G29, maybe even similar to the G25. I'm sure they could probably re-release the wheel with maybe a belt-driven, better improved motor, belt-driven, and make it better all round for the same price.
Go straight on.
Oh god, where are we going? Straight on, he says. Oh no, it's hot and warm because I'm flipping boiling. Oh wow. That's a pretty good bridge. We're gonna go off the edge. Whoa. Cool. It's pretty darn close. Kinda glad I went the wrong direction there.
Keep right.
Uh-oh.
Keep right.
Let's make sure I'm going this way. Oh, we're gonna have to squeeze it in. Just inside. You've got quite a good variation going on with the scenery here. So where are we now? Well, let's have a look, shall we? 53. Yeah, okay. So it kind of like went the long way around, but it's not the end of the world. God knows. I only ever played single player on Division 2. I enjoyed Division 2, it's a good little shooter. Tried to stream it the other day, it wasn't very successful because, yeah, I had so many problems with the PC, it was ridiculous. It wasn't sound problems, the PC was overheating. I think I've solved the overheating issue, because what was happening, the fans weren't ramping up as they should do. I think there was a bit of software that got installed that was, or updated, that didn't work. I rolled the software back, it seems to be okay now. So the fans are okay. I need to investigate the mic as to why the mic turned out to be so quiet.
Exit right.
I think I found what caused that, because the sound level was turned down
Exit right.
in part of Windows that I didn't check. Hopefully that's fixed, but I'll get back into playing Division 2. Have a bit of fun on that. But then again, I'm kind of looking forward to the new Wolfenstein Young Blood. Kind of wait and see what that's like. Right, where is this going?
Keep
This
right.
way? Oh, yeah, that's the turning I should have taken. Going up and away. Hold on, where am I going? Doesn't exactly tell me whether I need to be in one or the other. Okay. Guess we'll do this one then. I mean, look at that for a view. Imagine that. Like twice as sharp. That would be stonking.
Keep left. Then turn left. Turn left.
Whoa, whoa. Brakes don't want to work. I was stamping on the brakes, they just weren't doing anything.
Keep left.
Yeah, go, go, go. Nobody saw it, nothing to see it. Move along.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Yeah, okay.
You've arrived at your destination.
Ow, can't see, and that was the microphone. That's not good. Come on, turn around. Probably gonna go in too sharp. Here's the button. Ah, we're in there. Like a glove. Take care. Bye-bye. I'm going to be off myself now anyway, so... because it's getting really warm. Let's get out of there. Let's have a quick look. So we're on 397,000. We've only got one garage still. Holy crap. Think. Garage manager. Yeah, so they've all got trucks, which is nice. So really, I need to look into invest into another garage at some point. I've got a shed load of drivers and trucks. So another garage, 5 trucks, 5 drivers. Get them working because they're bringing in money. You know, we've got 43,000. Can't really upgrade anymore. Truck maintenance 75. Drivers pay. Definitely need more money coming in though, so we got to start expanding. Anyway, we're going to leave it there. Hope you've enjoyed. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, hit the old notification button and all that jazz. And as usual, guys, I shall see you in the next video. So take care and bye for now.